you at, Broham? What is going on, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, gamers of all ages? This is your boy L Boogie, aka your neighborhood gamer, the GRU guru himself, and we back playing some more Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare. This game is amazing. I'm so addicted to this game, can I tell you? We are playing some Team Vanquish, and I'll do pretty well if I do say so myself. But that's not the topic at hand. The topic I want to talk about today and get into is the Kinect. Now, I've been watching a lot of videos via YouTube. I've been seeing a lot of tweets, and I've been seeing a lot of conversations going back and forth on Facebook whether or not the Kinect is officially dead. You know it's not officially dead, but people like to debate, and I like to give my 2 cents and my thoughts on the situation. So if you haven't already heard, Microsoft pretty much came out and said they're going to release a new model of the Xbox One, and it will be $399.99. It will compete with the PlayStation 4, and hopefully it will drive more people over to the Xbox side if you're on the fence and purchase an Xbox One. Now the good news about that is that it will not require a Kinect. So basically the Kinect was just a $100 camera, pretty much. And people now have a choice of whether or not they want to get that camera or not. And I think that's pretty dope. I think that they did the right decision, and it will hopefully drive people over to the Xbox side, because the Xbox One is a great console. It don't have that much games, neither does the PS4. Apparently that's not the main focus in this generation. The main focus in this generation is 1080p, 60 frames per second, and it's going to be Ultimate HD and all that jazz. Who cares? But back onto the topic, the Kinect. Now originally you already know the story about the Kinect and the Xbox One. You already know how originally it was supposed to be required, and it was supposed to be always on, always listening, and you pretty much couldn't do anything about it. You couldn't even turn on your Xbox One without having the Kinect plugged in. And Microsoft, they rectified that, they changed that, so you can now have the option of turning off the Kinect. You don't really need it. You don't need it to be plugged in. You could just turn on your Xbox One and play and have a good time, right? But now they're offering an Xbox One without a Kinect, and people are, having a debate going back and forth whether or not the Kinect is dead, whether it's officially dead. Now, me personally, I don't care. The only reason why I got a Kinect, I had no choice, and 4 million other people had that same choice, which was none. We either had to get a Kinect or don't get an Xbox One. That was just it. So for the people that's just getting into next gen and they have a slight hard decision on whether or not they want to buy either a PlayStation 4 or Xbox One, they now can do that and not worry about $100 weighing on their head. Basically the playing field is level. Now leaves another dilemma, because Microsoft they pretty much wanted the Kinect to be this new and innovative thing. They wanted to be better than the first Kinect, which pretty much was just a glorified camera that games didn't utilize. It was just another add-on for the Xbox 360, and they wanted the Kinect for the Xbox One to be superior. They wanted people to actually like it and get into it. Sadly, that's not the case, because 98% of the gaming universe didn't want the Kinect at all. We didn't want the Kinect since it was first announced. We didn't even want it. So now Microsoft, they finally decide to give us that option of whether we want it or not. Like I said, I had no choice in the matter, so hopefully you have a choice. But basically that's my thoughts on it. I think it's a good idea that they decided to lower the price, but I do think that they missed out on the opportunity to innovate and be creative with the Kinect in the future. I think developers are now looking at the Kinect as just another add-on. They're not really going to pay too much attention to it. So the games that's coming out later on in the future, it won't have no use on the Kinect. Now, granted, like I said, I don't use the Kinect that often. All I use it for is to basically say Xbox on and the Xbox stop listening. That's basically it. If I want to stream, I don't use the camera portion. I just use it as a microphone, or it just sits there and I just stream from PC or something like that. So I have no purpose in the Kinect one way or the other. That being said, I am curious to see how developers was going to be able to utilize it and make features in the games to be more interactive and have a great experience. And I think that that's slipping away, and I think that's not going to happen, and the Kinect is just going to go back into the shelf. So that's my thoughts on it. What are your thoughts? Are you happy to see the Kinect go away? Do you think it is dead and gone forever? Or do you think it's just a temporary setback for Microsoft to compete, and then once they get back in the game, they're going to reintroduce the Kinect and developers will get into it and start developing games for it? Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section down below. If you like this video, be sure to drop a like. And as always, hit that red button. It does only take a second of your time, and you could join the GRU universe. This has been your boy signing out, and as always, keep it cool, keep it safe, and keep it gaming. I'm out of here.